Bing.
Yusuf Mehdi is Microsoft's Senior Vice President for Online Audience, and we were all together last night for a big event at BOA, which is a Ryan Seacrest Productions restaurant. And Drake performed. Fun night last night, wasn't it?
I had a great time. It was really like, it was my first I guess like corporate thing, and I had the greatest time of my life, man. It was fun.
And Yusuf, we sat together in front of the media for a while prior to that to have a really interesting dialogue with a great group of people from the entertainment business. Talk about that and why you assembled that group of Biz Stone, the dude who created Twitter, and Catherine Bigelow, who directed The Hurt Locker.
Well, I mean, one of the things we're trying to do with Bing this year is we're trying to do a big move into entertainment. And we thought, what better way to do that than to come to Hollywood and get some of the most creative pioneers in movies and music and say, hey, tell us about the future. Tell us how technology is going to change the way things work.
And I think we certainly don't know the answer to that, but God, it got spirited, Drake. I mean, people really have an opinion about what you should or shouldn't be doing when watching a television show, for example. And that's one of the things that came up. What was your reaction to the spirited dialogue between those who said on the panel, I think Matthew, the guy that created Mad Men, was pissed that people would be social networking during his show. He's like, dude, right. I spent years creating this stuff and writing it and blood, sweat, and tears. The fact that you wouldn't turn off your lights and just watch that show frustrates me. And then you had other people saying, yeah, but it's part of being engaged in a series.
Yeah, no, I think it was an amazing conversation. Like you said, Ryan, on the one hand, you have Matt there who's created Mad Men. And he said, I'll give you an analogy. You're reading a book. You don't want your buddies over your shoulder or right to the right of your book saying, hey, get down and read this paragraph down below. You're like, no, let me read the book in peace. And then on the other hand, you have people saying, hey, did you create this entertainment for yourself, or did you create it for all the people who want to watch it? And I thought it was a fabulous, set of questions and contrasts.
Drake, what do you do when you're watching a TV show? You're doing like 3 things at once?
I don't get to watch much TV, but when I do, I try and focus. I mean, if I'm going to take the time to watch it, I definitely want to watch it. I want to pay attention and try and remember what happened, as opposed to do like 3 things. But I do have a hard time staying off my phone in movies and on TV.
It's literally, I mean, our generation, we're conditioned to check. Yes. Like we're always checking. And the second that thing vibrates or blinks, you got to know.
Yeah. But when you go to a theater and someone starts getting on their device and it's all lit up, it's a little over the line.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, so how do you stay plugged in? You're online looking at videos and things?
I use my social networking more when I hear something like of substance. I like to, I know that I have a younger generation paying attention to what I say. So, on things like Twitter, I'll post or tweet when I have something like potent to say, like when I have like a great quote that I saw that day or something. I'm not like, all right, I'm going to get like a scone and coffee right now.
Those are Yusuf's tweets.
I tweeted the manliest cities this morning.
What are they?
The manliest cities?
Give me one.
Okay, let me give you one.
Ellen, do you memorize your tweets?
I don't memorize
forgot your
my
tweet.
tweets. I tweet a lot. The number one manliest city is Charlotte, North Carolina.
It does not sound like the manliest city. Someone's playing a trick on
LA
you.
is one of the least manly at number 48.
All right, why do you think when people hear music, for example, listen to this, people hear a song on the radio, what do you think they want to know most about that song? You know the answer to this. What do they search for at the top of the list?
Absolutely. Well, the lyrics. People really want to know what's being said. People want to really connect with the message. Lyrics is 70% of people who search for entertainment search for lyrics. That's
great. So they hear the song. It's like, I kind of, you do that. You hear a song at first and you know the hook.
Yeah.
But then you start building the song with your own words, and those words like whiteout and Bic Bureau don't make sense, right? So you've got to go back and plug it in. Like I was looking at the lyrics. Some of your lyrics I can't actually say on the air today.
Which is fine. I understand.